Greetings, everyone, and welcome to episode 28 of Nariyama's Let's Play Minecraft version 1.12 using Direwolf 20 mod pack. Last episode we kind of got the storage situation sorted out. We're at 109,000 wood, and I have been letting the game run for quite a while. Mostly to get those erodium crystals, but also because I was looking for something to actually speed up the void ore miner, and I couldn't find it. I spent approximately 3 hours last night, and I will pull up JI so you can see this. 3 hours exploring the Nether. Now it's hard to see because the Nether map shows up in layers, but if I let's see here. Vertical chunk 3 maybe? Yeah. I mean, this is how far I went exploring. Not kidding. I probably explored at least a dozen different nether fortresses, opened up probably close to 100 chests, and got every one of the new wands except the one I was looking for. So I've decided I'm just going to make it. And to make it, we need to set up Nether Stars. And to set up Nether Stars, we need a Wither fighting chamber, whatever you want to call it, something to fight the Wither in. Actually, as part of that, we're going to go ahead and work on Monk today, because I think we will have to. I'm very sure we will have to kill a Wither with our bare hands. Believe it or not, this is not as hard as it sounds, although it's certainly not trivial. So that's the first thing we're going to do. But the first step of that, if we open up the advancements, we have to take a very high leap of faith onto hay. So let's go see if we can find a good spot, shall we? Let's head to the overworld. I seem to recall a place that had a nice high spot to jump down somewhere nearby. Let's see if we can find it. So, as I recall, it was this direction. Well, there's one of the villages that we plundered as we were searching for our Astral Sorcery Temple way back in episode 1. We came down this way, but if we go over this direction, I seem to remember it being over here somewhere. Let's see. Now, the trick to this is you can't have anything that prevents you from taking damage. So, oops. I think I can put it in my satchel. Yeah, okay. It's not there now. Got my boots off and Geronimo! Whack. Monk level 16. So I had already prepared this beforehand, obviously. But actually, so I knew about this hole because this was one of the places where I came and found rock crystals way back when we needed to actually mine for rock crystals, as opposed to now where we just have our environmental tech miner generate it for us. All right, so that's the first one. The next thing we need to do, let's see here, is, oh hey, sleep upon a bed of rock. Remember to look before you sleep, but it looks like it's going to make us blind. That's going to be fun. Now let's head back here. I don't know if I can do it just... Actually, there was bedrock right there. Why did I come... That was not the smartest move of smart moves. Let's come down here and see if we can find some bedrock really quick. And sleep on it. I don't know if we can sleep during the day or if it will prevent that, but we'll find out. There's got to be... There we go. Alright, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to wait until nightfall. Alright, but before we wait until nightfall, let's get a wither fighting area set up. So, we aren't going to necessarily want to fight the wither by hand all the time. And we will set up a way to just sort of kill the wither automatically pretty quickly, I think. But at least for the time being, let's make a nice little arena with which to fight the wither. So it needs to be at least 3 by 3 as far as width and height goes. And let's see here. What if we terraced this down a little more? So we'll have this be, that looks a little weird. Let's put that back up, and then we'll just terrace it down from there. So there we go. And oops. All right, so we're gonna go one more layer down here, and then we'll, evidently I was trying to grow some giant spruces down here at some point. Alright, the next question is what material to make the wither thing out of. It actually doesn't matter what we make it out of, and I will show you why here in a moment. So the footprint is actually 5 by 5. So if we sort of mark this off, we're going to do this using the ability to turn things sort of transparent and indestructible at the same time. Oops. So we can certainly have the floor be dirt. That will work fine. I don't know if the grass will spread in this form. I don't think it will, but we'll see. Anyway, okay. So let's make the walls out of something here. We got a bunch of sand or limestone. Could use marble. Marble brick seems like a good choice. Why don't we do that? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it must be 3 by 3 by 3, but you're probably going to want at least 4 high. And the reason for that is every once in a while, the wither, when it's transforming, drifts up a block or so. And if it is inside a block at the time that it transforms, it can continue moving through that block. So in other words, if you make it exactly this 3 by 3 by 3 size and it drifts up into the ceiling, it can continue to fly up out of the ceiling, and now you have a wither loose in the world, and that's never good. So instead, we're going to make it 4 high. Now, if there's one thing that is somewhat detrimental about this whole mechanism, it's that these blocks are all bright. And it is difficult to turn this off once it's gone, once it's up and running. So I should say it just takes a long time to turn all the blocks back into whatever they were. So wherever this is, it's going to be bright in that spot. So that is something to sort of take into account. All right, so I'm going to finish building this and turning it translucent or indestructible, and I'll be back when I'm done. All right, we're back, and I think we're done. So we have a interior 3 by 3 by 4 blocks. So we go up to this block right here. It is sealed off. I also made a entryway that's not a direct line of sight, so that if the wither shoots one of its fireballs out this direction, it doesn't blow something up. It is turning into night, so let's go ahead and go down and sleep on bedrock. Now, looking ahead a little bit, this is going to turn us blind. So first, let's make sure this takes us back here. That's where we want to go. And then what we'll do is we'll go to Aroma Crafts, which should have plenty of monsters for us to fight. Alternatively, we could just turn on our Cursed Earth spawner, but that might be a bit dangerous for us to fight in because, you know, Cursed Earth. So, here we go. We're sleeping on bedrock and poof, we are blind. So notice our field of view is much reduced. It is daytime. Why don't we just go and see if we can kill some stuff in the Cursed Earth spawner? That seems like the easiest way to do this. We do see particle effects still. So, for example, we see the Lucerna ritual there. We see the flares. We see the stuff here. And we're going to go ahead and see if we can't get rid of this. Oops. That was unintentional. I guess I kind of have to turn off the thing, wouldn't I? Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna head out here. That was dumb. I actually would have to go and turn off the oh, come on. The spawner, not the spawner, the mob crusher that's killing all the mobs for us and getting out their drops. We'd have to turn that off because that's what's killing everything, and yeah, otherwise it's not going to work. So alternatively, we can go see if we can find something in one of the mining caves in Aroma Crafts, because that should work. Oh, so it looks like there's a creeper over here. Creeper? No. Where are you, creeper? Alright, that's one. Let's see. Got another one over here. A spider, perhaps? Hello, spider. That's two. Aha. That's three. Four. Where's the skeleton? Come on. Where is he? Hey, got my vision back. All right. I think this one is kill the wither with your bare hands. Is that right? Advancements. Yes, fight and kill one wither enemies using your bare hands. All right. Let's head back to the overworld. And let's go kill a wither. So I already have all the stuff for it. Let's just make it happen. So the wither pattern is the same no matter how you slice it here. There we go. Wither forming. I feel like I should have some, you know, like exciting music going for this. Ouch. Now we come over here. It can't get out because these blocks are literally indestructible. Can wither us though. There we go. Alright, monk level 19. And the last level for monk is fall into the void. So for this we're going to have to go and find a stronghold. So why don't we, I've got another star now, yay. Why don't we head to the Nether really quick. grab some Eyes of Ender. And grab that. Do we have some blaze powder down here somewhere? Blaze powder. Blaze. Oh, I've only got one. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That should be plenty. Let's pulverize this up. No, that's redstone furnace. Pulverizer. There we go. Pulverize this up. We'll combine it with some Ender Eyes and see if we can go find a stronghold. So, sure, I can afford 48 Eyes of Ender, 49. All right, head back to the overworld and let's go find a stronghold. So what I'm going to do is sort of show the technique for doing this when you have creative mode flight already. So go up a little ways, and then to find the stronghold, you just right-click an Eye of Ender. It's going to go off in the direction of the nearest one. Just fly back under it, and it'll fall to you, right? Then you basically continue off in that direction. And I usually go about 5 or 6 chunks before I try again. Some people say go 100 chunks. I think that's a bit excessive, but you know, if you have the resources, it's worth doing it less or doing it more often. Every once in a while, when you do this, instead of falling back into your inventory, it will explode and you'll just lose the eye, which is totally fine. That's part of the game. So, all right, I'm going to continue off in this direction, and I will be back when I have found the stronghold. All right, folks, I'm back. It looks like I found where the stronghold is, so it's actually not terribly far. Just kind of maybe 50 chunks this way. So the way you can tell is when you fire the Eye of Ender, instead of going up, it goes down. And it goes down towards the stronghold that it senses. So let's go ahead and fix or get down there. Am I on? I'm on 5 by 5. Actually, let's do 3 by 3 by 3. That's even better here. All right. Here we are. So, oops. Oh, I mean. All right. So the object of the game now is to find the spot where the the portal is. So if we open up our and show cave layers, let's zoom in. That's what we're looking for right there. So we're actually facing the correct direction. We just need to get there. Oops. Kill you. Kill you. Kill you. Yay. All the monster spawns. But we have found what we are looking for. So let's go through here. Kill the silverfish spawner, because there's always one here. And this is what we're looking for. Now, we got very unlucky in that the portal has no Eyes of Ender. But we were very well prepared because we brought a ton with us. So we can stick these in there, and boom, there's the portal. Okay. Ooh, another Ender Pearl, some Mana Steel. Don't mind if I do. So I'm going to set up a charged porter here. So I've got the Mana Receiver in my backpack. I've got, where's a power cell? There's a power cell. Probably don't need buttons, but that's okay. So let's throw that there, set all sides to out. It's already got link ID 1, so we got plenty of power. Stick that there, name it, and portal. All right, now we are actually going to go back, first of all, Receiver 6 added to the charge porter. Yay. Okay. So let's go to our base and empty out our inventory because we're going to throw ourselves into the void, and that seems like a bad idea. So there we go. Emptied out our inventory. What other things don't we need? I'm going to take my charge porter because that's how I'm going to get back. Excuse me. Hold on just a second. Okay, we're back. So I am going to get rid of my dank null. I mean, I can always make another one, but it's a pain, so we'll get rid of that. Don't think I need that. Probably don't need my illumination wand. Sure, we'll just get rid of everything. Flux and stuff. I guess I won't take my angel ring with me because I won't need it. And I guess all I'm going to take with me is my charge porter. All right, let's eat something here so that we get our saturation back up. There we go. All right, folks. This is always fun. I am assuming that I'm not going to die here, but we're going to find out, I guess. Let's set this to the nether base and go. All right, we're in the end. Here we go. We can get some end stone while we're here. That seems like a good idea. We're going to pick up a couple of these ender lilies too. They're a fairly good way of producing ender pearls if we want to do it without having to turn on our spawners. So we'll grab those. Oh, hello, Mr. Dragon. Where are you? There you are. All right, folks. Everybody ready? Geronimo! This really seems like a bad idea. This is where it all began. The void. Eternity. Infinite potential. Really, this is going to take this long? Infinite possibility. Infinite imagination, even. How did it begin? How will it all end? What happens if I toss a piece of endstone? Nothing. Okay. Why does it exist? Questions. Questions falling into the void. I am one with all things. All things are one with me. I am. And I'm teleporting, evidently. Really? Okay, I made the advancement monk level 20, but evidently I came back to the spawn. I'm not sure here. So what does monk level 20 give me? Hey, creative mode flight. You have thrown yourself at the ground and missed. You now have the gift of flight. Great reference there. All right. Tox immunity, thick skin, cool. I do 1600% extra damage with my hands. Wow. My hands can mine any mineable material. Very cool. I'm curious, like, how fast. Wow, it's like creative mode destruction there. That's pretty awesome. All right, let's head back. So we now have creative mode flight without an angel ring, which is actually kind of nice because it means that if we die for whatever reason, we don't need our angel ring to fly anymore. So really the only problem being set up here in the nether is that my spawn point will always be in the overworld. Like I said, the trying to set up a bed here, if you try and lie in it, it explodes, so that's never good. I do have my stuff off for the mob spawners. I am slowly getting mob essence because things wander within range of the mob spawner, or of the mob crusher, and it kills them, and then we get stuff. Okay, the good news though. Let's look at the good news here. Oh, I took them out. Erodium. We have 95, which is great because that means we can make a lot of erodium blocks. Specifically, we can make at least 6. So let's go ahead and do that. Turn on, get another laser. So we need at environmental. I need a clear laser lens. And then I need this plus this to give me the crystal laser lens. Yes. Okay. So the miners, you can focus their the stuff that they mine based upon. Actually, let me grab my what's it called? The flux capacitor. Yes. Give me that. And give me that. And give me that. So I will put those on. Stick that there, and my charge porter is charging back up. All right. So let's go back to the overworld here. We're going to go back to the end in a little bit and go and find an end city and do some other stuff. That's a fun thing, I think, to show on camera, so I'll do that probably in the next couple of episodes. But we need to go to Aroma Crafts quickly. And let's head down to the Void Ore Miner. So what I was saying before was the Void Ore Miner can be focused to produce more of specific materials. So for example, when I look up erodium, right, oops, and I click on the crystal, it says a clear crystal has a 1.23% chance of producing one of these. Its preferred crystal is this crystal laser lens, which has an 8.19% chance. So we definitely want that. And to do that, we just right click. Oops, maybe not. Break it, and then right click. Crystal laser lens. There we go. And so now it's going to prefer to pick up the stuff that a crystal laser lens is focused towards, which is going to be the erodium crystals and the litherite crystals. So good stuff. All right. Let's head back. So I mentioned we needed Nether Stars. Why don't we go kill one more Wither really quickly, and I'll show you what I need the Nether Stars for. So I guess I need my soul sand and wither skeleton skulls, don't I? Wither. Okay. So we can do this, looks like 2 more times. By the way, the reason I have so many skulls is from that adventuring that I did last night. I killed a lot of wither skeletons as well. Let's go make another wither. Oops. There we go. So one of the things we can do is we can set up more or less a permanent teleport between these by having this dial the nether base and having one of those in the nether base dial the overworld. Not a bad idea, it just does take a little more power. So, soul sand in a T. Oops, I don't want to wear the wither skeleton skull. I want to put them on the thing and exit stage left. So you can see what I mean about how bright it is. There's really no way of getting around that unless you don't want to use this for your wither container, which we will be getting other stuff that we can use as wither containers instead. So the higher level environmental tech materials are better for, I should say better, they are just as indestructible by the wither as the Astral Sorcery one. Wow, that was really loud in my ear. Hopefully you guys could hear me over that. I think if I do that again on camera, I'm going to turn the sound down first. All right. Oh, to show this, I mean, we can come over here. We can say nether base. We can dial, which will leave it up forever, basically. So I'll walk in here. It'll say start the teleportation, and poof, we go, right? If I go back to the overworld base, you'll see it's still there. So if I walk in again, start teleportation again, right? And like I said, this is just going to drain power. Now, we have plenty of power, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. But okay, let's take a look at this. So we have 2 Nether Stars now, that being the important stat there. Let's see at wand. What we're looking for is an acceleration wand. To do that, we need bone meal and 2 of these advanced wand cores. The advanced wand cores take a regular wand core. So we need 2 of those. And then gas tiers, a diamond, and another star because it requires Nether Stars. And then we can do this. Poof. Acceleration wand. Now what this does is I can accelerate something that's working. So let's head to Astral Home. Let's go out here. I think I might just make a shaft directly down, because either that or put a teleporter in here, since we're coming down here reasonably often now. But regardless, now when I looked at the config files that said this uses experience, we're going to see. So I'm using a million RF here. If I right click on it, sorry, shift right click. Right click on block to speed up ticks, yeah. Okay. Doesn't look like it's doing much here. This is supposed to work. Well, let's open up the config, see if there's something I'm missing. Options, controls, better wands. Or not enough wands, sorry, not better wands. Not enough wands, here we go. Let's see, wand modifier, let's make that C, much like everything else, and Shift C maybe? Faster, fastest. Huh. Well, I was hoping this would work because it would have made our jobs a lot easier. I can let it run between episodes, but anyway, this basically what this does is it speeds up the ticks of the stuff around it. So if we go to, say, our machine room, and let's find a machine that isn't really sped up much. So here we go. Right, that's decent, but let's look at what we could do here. Let's grab, well, do we have obsidian? Obsidian, yes. Let's grab a couple of obsidian, some iron, and some pulverized coal. Pretty sure we have a decent amount of. Okay, so this is what you need to make dark steel. Now we stick that in there, it starts cooking, and it's fairly quickly, right? Wow, that either that worked really, really fast, or I need a better example here. Obsidian. Let's do half a stack. And coal. And there we go. So it starts cooking up. And we've already got 10. Right? There we go. We finished. So yeah, it really speeds things up. It also makes it use just a ridiculous amount of power. So if we, go in here, we're going to find out that the let me get my 2 satchels. We're going to find out that the what you call it is working pretty hard. The advanced generator. So, sure enough. I know, now it's at between 12 and 1600 again, so it caught up pretty quickly. All right, folks. I think that's a good episode. So we got to monk level 20. We have creative mode flight without the angel ring anymore. That doesn't make getting the angel ring a wasted effort. For one thing, let's say I invited somebody to come and play in the world. I could basically give them the angel ring, and they'd already have creative mode flight. They'd have to place a couple of those watermills, but that's not too difficult. So, yeah, that's good stuff. We set up a wither containment. There's a way to automate that, which I will probably do in the next episode or two. So, as far as progress goes, we are solidly into the mid game. Nether Star automation is basically the gateway to endgame content, because almost all of the really high-end gear and items require Nether Stars as part of their recipes, and that's to gate them behind being able to kill the wither consistently. So, that's kind of where we're at. At this point in the game, usually a lot of what you're doing is sort of exploring different mods and getting some of the stuff that you probably could have gotten a little bit earlier, but now it's just a whole lot easier. So for example, we'll probably start setting up Botania stuff. Botania can be started way earlier in the early game. You don't need automated resource generation, and in fact, you can use it to do automated resource generation. It's just easier now that we have automated resource generation. I can make blocks of coal really easily. I can feed them to the flowers that consume burnable objects for mana. I mean, it just makes it so much easier. So we'll go ahead and we'll look at Botania. We may dive into a little bit of blood magic because there's some neat stuff with that. And we may continue to look at astral sorcery. Astral sorcery does have some additional stuff that we have not looked at. There's an entire tier that we still haven't unlocked. And it has some pretty interesting stuff in that tier, including ways to automate making things like aquamarine if we didn't have the aquamarine shale being produced here. There's some neat stuff that we can do with that. It also has an item that basically prevents us from ever needing food again. I don't tend to make it because it also messes with things growing around you. And I get in contact reasonably often enough with stuff that's growing that I really want to be that thing. So, for example, it'll change a sapling that's planted from one tree to another. So that whole big tree farm full of giant spruces might randomly grow an oak tree, which could be awkward, both because it clogs up the production of what I'm trying to produce, and I just don't need the oak tree there. So it doesn't happen a ton, but it does it often enough that it makes the item a little less desirable, in my opinion. Plus, food is not hard to come by. We may actually look at automating some food production, just because having to go out and kill a bunch of cows or a bunch of pigs every so often is tedious. So, or we could just do an automated pig or cow farm. Anyway, those are the sorts of things that we're looking at. We've got good automated resource generation going. We've got good automated mob farm going. Our storage is excellent. And we're working on automating Nether Star production, which is good stuff. All right. I will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.